Hey everyone, it's Stephen Adwell at AMR Studio, and recently I've had the privilege of working with rap artist Panic. He came all the way to Tulsa from Oklahoma City area, and we knocked out a single. We got connected through some mutual friend of ours who actually did a guest spot, did some ad-libs. Zach also got a couple cool photos from that session. You may have seen them on my Instagram or my Facebook or whatever, wherever you follow me on social media. And he was sitting behind me and snagged a couple photos, and they actually looked really cool, so I posted them. So thanks, Zach, for hooking me up with some sweet Instagram photos. You gotta win that Instagram game. I would show you some video clips. I don't have that many video clips of Panic, not because I didn't set up cameras, but because he does this thing where he wears a mask and he doesn't, it's like this, he doesn't want his face to be seen, or it's kind of like a hidden thing. I don't know, it's a costume that he does. I guess that's the thing, he wears a mask. The studio's full of surprises. I probably should let everybody know, hey, I vlog, so is it cool if I put up cameras so that way I don't run into situations like this, because I would blur his face out, like they do on Cops, that old show from the 90s, but I use a free video editing software. My video editing skills are very limited. I pretty much just cut hard edits and maybe dissolve fades. Very limited on my editing skills. Twish Foaves was back in the studio. We laid down a new song. He brought his cousin into the studio and she sang some choir style parts. We layered a lot of it between her and him to kind of give it as best as we could, a choir feel for his track. It's a worship track, a hip-hop worship track. It's really, really good. It was a lot of fun, tracking that and mixing that song. So always a pleasure to work with Twish. If you've noticed, there was snow on the ground. It melted over the last day, but they closed schools, which meant they closed the daycare that we take my son to. So I've had him for the past couple of days, but it was a lot of fun. He came into the studio, I spun him around in the captain's seat, and he also played drums again. He really likes to pound on those drums. He may or may not play drums. Last weekend we traveled to Wichita to visit family. My aunt and uncle, we stayed at their place. They have a piano out, and he just was like, "Daddy, I want to play the piano." He didn't say that. He points and says, "Daddy," so I put him up on the piano bench and he started playing the piano. So who knows, he likes percussion instruments because the piano is technically a percussion instrument. So he likes to beat on things. If you know me, I play drums and piano, so you might say that it makes sense, but I don't know. I want to push him to be a doctor or a lawyer, so. He likes to come into the studio and he likes to twist knobs and push buttons, pretend like he's making records. So who knows, when he has access to a full-fledged studio, maybe he already seems to be smarter than me. He gets that from his mom. So there is a good possibility that he'll make a record when he's 8 years old, and it'll be better than everybody in the whole world. If you want to work with me in the studio, visit my website, www.amrstudio.com. Fill out my artist production plan, and I'll respond back with a personalized proposal for your project's needs. If you want to check out the studio in person, shoot me a message, email me, and we'll set up a day and time for you to come by and see the studio, and maybe we could possibly talk about your project and see if we can't get you here in the studio and making music. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.